Welcome to the 99 Rising, the SEIU Local 99 podcast, where we lift up the voices of education workers, where we also examine the political, cultural, and labor issues. This podcast, I want to make sure that we all can learn. We can organize and learn from each other to be able to overcome all of this. That is the dream of the podcast, to get to know each other as human beings and as communities. Today, we're joined by 3 bargaining team members. I want to welcome Yolanda, Santos, and Jennifer.
Well, seeing my mother's been with the district for the last 28 years, and she's been in the supervision aid, and she's also was getting the 2 hours, and, there was no change. I finally said, you know what, I have to step it up. I have to be a voice.
It's hard to save when you can't pay your bills.
Right.
If you can't save for tomorrow, you really don't have a lot of hope.
But I remember being at 721 when Max first announced at the first strike, and he said, I found him in the crowd. I was like, Max, what are we asking for? And he was like, 30%. I said, you've been right, we're asking for 30% because I personally, moving around the schools, I saw that we had the power.
What makes our contract groundbreaking? Thousands of workers without healthcare. Throughout these 2 cycles, we got healthcare for all LA University workers.
Yes.
Right? Everybody that didn't have it.
Yes.
How? Hours of work.
Yeah.
Minimum baseline of 4 hours. That didn't exist before 26.
No, it
A
didn't.
baseline of 4 hours of work. No more 2-hour positions, none of that.
Unheard
We
of.
won that. We won
Yes.
that. We also won the work needs to be done by district employees, not by all of these for-profit corporations.
Yeah.
We won that in this contract. We won an end to subcontracting. Yeah, we have to enforce it, but we won that.
I had several IT people dance in front of me and only don't dance because the risks were rescinded, right?
And in spaces like this is where we can communicate with each other, learn what we do, and plan and organize to be able to push back. Just want to talk briefly from you about, the history of how SEIU Local 99 and UTLA came together for the 2023 strike and how that started changing those dynamics.
Yeah, it seems like a long time ago, but it's so recent. And you brought up, the divide and conquer that the district normally has. And I call it FUD, F-U-D, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Solidarity is a verb. It's an action.
Throughout this historic campaign, you have something that was quite different. You can't start coalition building when it's contract time.
And that strike, I remember that moment. I think what we captured what was going on already in the field organically. There was already a lot of support in the schools from teachers to our members. And I think by doing the work that we did, doing rallies in coalition, really planning in coalition, and doing all that work, it really, really cemented what all our members were feeling at the end of the day. We're fighting for the same school community.
We are fighting the same fight, a little differently, but the fight is the same. When you said, do you think that UTLA will, strike with us? And immediately I was like, yes, absolutely. And then I was like, wait. We have to go ask our members.
How do you think we managed to keep this alliance alive?
You said it. Coalition work is difficult. Coalition work is also messy. But I think we have to keep showing up.
We do live in an economic system, neoliberalism, capitalism, which is really based on exploitation. In this case, it's based on exploiting Black and brown people.
That's right.
And in high proportion of women. So there's no change. And obviously this erosion is really telling us what they hey, we need a workforce. I think that's what they're telling us all.
So arriving in this position, one of the things I wanted to make sure is that it was inclusive, that everybody had a seat at the table, that you felt like this was your labor movement, not just mine, because I've been in those situations where it was as if we didn't belong in certain sectors. I wanted everybody to feel like they belonged.